Alright, I was doing a video and it got interrupted by a phone call, so let me start again here. Doing another strongman in history video right now. I do think that I may have messed up on my order a little. I think that the guy I did yesterday should be ahead of this guy that I'm doing today, because that guy was insane with his grip and his deadlifting ability. I also think that the Doug Hepburn should have been higher on the list, like maybe right below the guy I did yesterday. This guy definitely would probably be the next highest, and I'd like Arthur Saxon to be higher on there. I think I was tricked by some of the showmanship, because some of these people did really impressive looking stuff, but when I just thought about it on the basis of pure raw strength as opposed to showmanship and theatrics, I think the three guys I just mentioned probably were more genuine and higher on the list. Everybody on this list is genuine, but those guys I think were even more genuine but didn't have the theatrics as much. I also think that you may recall I kept Eugene Sandel off the list because he was so good with his theatrics and showmanship. He may have actually been stronger than some of the guys that I did put on the list. But the point is, everybody on this list is super good, and I'd mentioned some other super good people before I started this list. So I'm just sharing with you some people from history that were really impressive and can inspire you, because this is an era before drug use was very common, so a lot of this was probably natural strength. Anyway, today we're going to do Zishe Breitbart. He's born February 22nd, 1893, and he performed in Europe and America, touring with Circus Busch with a strength show themed around his former background as a blacksmith. So he would bend bars around his arms in floral patterns, bite chains in half, rip chains in half, and break horseshoes in half. Like, that's crazy. Like, just bending a horseshoe is really impressive. So you can see why this guy made an impact, and I really do think he should be way up on the list. Like, maybe not as high as Groner, the guy I did yesterday, but definitely really high. He also held back 2 whipped horses, and he would pull a wagon loaded with a bunch of people using his teeth, and then he would support enormous weights, like an automobile loaded with 10 people while laying on his back, and he'd have stones broken over his chest. And then he liked to do the Tomb of Hercules, and they'd put boards across his chest and stuff, and they'd have bulls and elephants walk across it. And then one of the real extreme things he did is he had I don't remember what that's called, a motordrome on his chest, and then he'd have 2 guys in there chasing each other on motorcycles. But the thing he did that impressed me a lot was he picked up a baby elephant, and then he must have had the world's strongest ladder, because most of these ladders have pretty pathetic weight ratings, but this was a super strong one, because here's this big huge strong man, probably 300 pounds, carrying an elephant. Then he has this rope in his teeth attached to a train wheel, and from the train wheel there's suspended 3 guys. So that's an enormous load. So whoever made that ladder is the best ladder maker in the world. And then the feat of strength is incredible. Imagine going up a ladder while holding an elephant, a baby elephant mind you, but still it's an enormous creature, and you have a rope in your mouth connected to a train wheel, which I don't know if you realize how heavy those are, but they're crazy heavy. And then there's 3 men suspended off. So that one, clearly the guy has really, really strong teeth, really strong jaw, an extremely strong neck, and then a really strong arm and shoulder, strong core and back, and really strong legs to go up the ladder. So that one right there, you're okay, this guy's legit. So that's why he's so high on my list. I thought of even putting him up higher because that's really impressive, but man, the guys I got at the top are just insane. So, like I said, I could be wrong in how I'm ordering, but these are all impressive men. And I hope you had fun hearing about this guy. I'd never heard of him, even though I'd seen a movie on him. I just thought it was a fictional character. It was actually based on his life. There's a man who won the world's strongest man back in the 90s, and he starred in the movie, and that's why I watched it, and he played him in this. So anyway, hope you enjoyed hearing about him.